Hey, everybody. Have you ever wondered if you really did hear that little bump or that noise that may have sounded like somebody calling your name? Not sure? That's the kind of stuff we investigate here on Paranormal Proximity. I am Jen Folk. I am here today to talk about the Hotel Congress. I went and did an investigation there. I had room 214. And it was, like, really, really, really cute. I was actually quite surprised. So, I'm gonna get this started. We might have some technical difficulties since this is my first time, doing something like this. But I do want you to be first of all, I apologize for how I looked in the videos because it's horrid. But I stayed the night in Hotel Congress, which is out here in Tucson. It was close. It was something that I had always wanted to do was stay in a haunted hotel, and this was the logical first time. So let's see what I found here. Let me show you the room first. Congress room 214. Don't know if, yeah, I left that door open. Don't know if there's been anything in here, but it's really cute. It's such a cute room. Oh my God, I'm in love with it. But I just wanted to kind of start the recording process. It is only like 7 o'clock, so eventually, after dinner, I'm going downstairs at 7:30 to eat, and then I'll start doing some stuff. I have some gadgets here. We're gonna do some EVP sessions. I brought my cards. I have my stones and a pendulum. Um, See if we can get some, answers from a bunch of different types of different ways, I don't know. I've even got, I don't know if you can see them. Those right there, little cat balls, but they light up. So I'm going to use those at night. And going to try and see if they'll move those along. But so that was a really rough introduction to the room. Um, I had just gotten there a few hours prior. I was trying to get everything set up. And I will tell you, in Tucson, it's been really, really warm. It's been 100, 113 degrees. So in the room, the Hotel Congress, first of all, the Hotel Congress is downtown on Congress Street in Tucson. It's adorable. It still has its old charm. And I think they try to keep it that way. But in doing that, you did have a lot of issues. Like the room was really, really, really humid. And as you can see in the video, there was a standalone air conditioner. I believe they have them in each and every room where it's its own unit up on the wall. It was working really hard. It was because it was like super hot that day, and it was definitely very muggy in that room. And we're having monsoon season out here right now, so everything's muggy. But it was definitely a very, very cute room. I was in love with it. Those were little bees on the curtains. They were just so cute, so cute. But so that was the room that I had stayed in and that night. And I like to consider myself an empath. I walked into the room and really didn't necessarily feel anything um, dark or there at all. If there was anything there, it was um, jovial. It was very much something that did not mean any harm. It was just it was there for just to kind of hang around its old stomping grounds. But it was definitely a good place. I don't want to knock it because I really enjoyed it. When I walked in, I was met by Jesus, and he was running the front desk. Very, very awesome guy. Told him, I'm doing this for a podcast. And he was like, don't get your hopes up because I've only actually had like 3 guests in my whole many years of working here come and tell me that anything paranormal happened. And I was like, okay. I said, but um a lot of there is some history there. Like they caught John Dillinger. That was one of the places that he stayed right before he got caught. They he and if those of you who don't know, he was a famous bank robber. And then there was a huge fire there that I believe it engulfed the first, second, and part of the third floor. I will say, if you have issues walking up steps, don't go there. They don't have an elevator. So, but it's a very cute Southwest kind of place. I I I I'm not a fan of mirrors. I hate mirrors. And in this next segment, you'll hear me complain. Again, excuse how I look. I had just gotten out of the shower. I was just laying down, kind of trying to meditate and kind of trying to open myself up to, welcome any spirits that had anything to say. It was, yeah, I looked horrible. There was no makeup involved at all. So, excuse my complete, um, uh, I don't even know how to even say it. Excuse my face. Okay, so there's a lot of outside interference. Um, it is only 9:21, 9:23, something like that. Um, but there's a lot of outside interference that we might be hearing vehicles going by. Um, may hear people walking up and down the stairs or up, along the hallway. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Um, but yeah, it's getting close. I took my shower, I relaxed, I meditated a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens now. I'm gonna put out some lights, little lights, see if they move around. I want to do a sweep. I did an EMF perimeter sweep first, but I want you guys to see that. We'll do some EVPs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna flip this around. And gotta get my EVP thingy, my bubber. So I already did this once. There's nothing. There was nothing earlier. That one's got to be messed up. Let's try the other one. Yeah. Well, apparently only one works, so that's weird. There's a room right there. This didn't do this earlier. But again, this is the main door. There's a hallway out there with lights. And just so you're aware, there's an outlet. So that's nothing. Sorry. Hitting stuff. I hate how many mirrors are in this room. It really fucking irritates me. I'm actually gonna probably cover them because I don't like mirrors. I have a personal thing about the mirrors. Yeah, this was a bad idea. I'm wondering if I can, like, flip that one around. And it's a possibility. Hallelujah. All right. There is also a nightclub in here, so there's a damn good possibility that some shit's gonna be popping off as far as noise. This might not have been the best night to have to be staying here, but it is what it is. It is Wednesday, so there shouldn't be that much going on. But we'll see, I guess. That's the bathroom. Nothing in there. Nothing to see in there. I will say the bathroom creeped me out with the lights off because it was just so dark in there and it was old timey. So like the tile, it still had all the tile in there. The light was a pull light over the sink and everything. But for the most part, I was really, really, really nervous about those mirrors. And if any of you are aware, mirrors can do a lot of things. A lot of times they're used for scrying. People can see into the rooms. Um, and see what's going on through a mirror. So I've never, even in my younger years, never liked mirrors, never was a fan. So I was able to flip over one of them. One it was facing the bed, that was on that little dresser thing where all the waters and stuff were. So I was able to flip that one over and not have to worry about anything looking into the room at me while I'm in the bed. But there was still the one that was on the wall, but there was nothing I could do about that. So, um, one weird thing, don't know if anybody noticed, there was a picture of a guy sitting in a chair, um, with a top hat. He was sitting in the chair so he could see what was on the bed. You know, the way that it was positioned was just so weird. And I was like, I didn't even realize it until like I think the next day or maybe later on that night. I was texting Dan and telling him like, this is so weird. Look at this. So I almost oops, sorry. I almost was like, nope, I'm gone. I'm not having this guy waving at me or poking at me in the middle of the night. But I didn't have any of that. So I had the EMF detector. The first one I decided to leave it in there because I wanted you to see sometimes these equipment things fail. And the EMF detectors are just I'll even show you. They're just plastic. These they're used to pinpoint electrical magnetic. This one's broke because it's doing the same thing as the one in the show. And I checked before. That one that I had brought with me did not do this. This was the only one. I left this one at home. So I now have two of them that are acting up. Um, when I did my initial sweep before I got a brain and thought to record it, there was no EMF at all. Like, and I think the reason that there was on the bed was because at the other end, I had a bunch of stuff plugged in, charging because I kept having problems with my batteries going dead. So I had a bunch of stuff down on the bed charging at the end of the metal bed rail where I put the EMF detector down and was like, that's weird. But the wall in the door where it was showing at the front door and the wall next to it, it almost redlined, and the funny thing is that, there was nothing. The only thing that I can think of is that somebody came back to the room because there was a room right next door, that somebody came back to the room and started flipping on lights. So if that was the case, it makes sense. So, um, I'm not trying to sit here and discredit the paranormal at all because I wholeheartedly believe in it. But I definitely don't want to think that every time I turn around that something is paranormal, because there's a lot of explanations to a lot of things in our everyday life. And I'm just trying to be objective because this show is not about that. This show is not going to always be this. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things. I'll talk about you know, all sorts of different tools and gadgets that investigators use. I'll talk about, some things that um, people believe that are spiritual, and I'll talk to some authors who have used paranormal things in their books, and paranormal authors who love to write on the subject, because honestly, it's a free for all. So, that I just thought it would be fun to do once every couple of months, do a ghost hunting expedition, and I thought that would be really cool for the first show for this broadcast. So, I'm going to show you another clip, and then we'll talk about it and we'll see what you think. Falls out, they do relight back up once they are moved. And this one started going off. Hmm. So there's that. I was just sitting here playing on my phone. I'm such a baby, I had to turn the mirror on there. I had to turn it because I can't. I told them as long as I was sitting in the chair, they could interact with me. We had a discussion. So I'm sitting in the chair, and someone decided to interact. Quick little tidbit of information. The Hotel Congress once a long time ago housed John Dillinger, the famous bank robber. He was caught out here in Tucson. So that's a pretty cool piece of information. But yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking interesting that the thing started lighting up. And it did it twice. Thank you, whoever touched that. John Dillinger did not die here, however. He died somewhere else in a prison or something. There was a really bad fire that spread up to the third floor. We are on the second floor in room 214, and the fire went up to the third floor. So thankfully I was not on the third floor because my fat ass cannot climb stairs. I already had to climb two flights of stairs to get up here. I already wanted to kill myself before I even walked in this room because of the fact that I just can't. I'm too fat. So this is going to be an interesting night. And that happened with the lights on. So we'll see how long this can go. Thank you for doing that. And it is only literally 9:59 and shit's already starting popping off. Mm, okay. Nothing else is going on for now. I might turn on a movie and maybe leave the camera running for a little bit. uh, so that was very interesting because those things, they do not react and do not light up until they are messed with. So you actually have to physically touch them. Um, and that went off twice. So I caught the tail end of the first one, and then the second time it lit up, I was able to catch the whole thing. I was hoping that they would do it again, but once again, that was not, I did not feel anything menacing. I didn't have a pit in my stomach. Everything was good. I was actually excited, I was really excited that things were starting and it wasn't even midnight and blah blah blah. So it wasn't super dark outside. The room actually darkens quite nicely. So if you're looking for some place that has a very dark room, that's a good place to stay. But yeah, it was very interesting that I was just sitting there, I was messing on my phone, all of a sudden I saw the ball light up. Um and you can use a myriad of different things. During an investigation, and I just happened to choose these little balls that cats bat around and they light up whenever they get knocked around. So, this next one is I'm having issues with EVP. Check this out. Up everything right there. It says off on, right? It's off. On. Nothing. I've charged this twice. Once before I came here, and while I was here because it died again. This thing's brand new. This one works just fine. Also brand new. I can't single-handedly do this. There we go. Also brand new. Works just fine. So, I don't know. And this it was blue when I got here. And that bad mamma jamma is still red. It's been red since I got here. I don't understand this. I just don't. So, I have got a couple of balls. That was from my stuff that I was doing earlier this evening. I have a couple of balls, and they light up. I figure we can see them move. They do shut off after 10 seconds, and then it should light back up again. But so I don't know. Everything is dying in this room. Like this battery already is. I already lost a bar of the battery, so like I'm literally on half battery. This is nuts. So guess I'm gonna have to just be really careful tonight and make sure that everything is charged up. It is 10 minutes to 10 now, so we'll see what happens. So there I was. I was introducing the cat balls to everybody. So I kind of played those out of order, but that was pretty much how the cat balls work and how they respond. Um, I was having a lot of battery trouble with a lot of the different things. It was sucking the life out of whatever was in the room, was draining my batteries. I had just put in that new battery. I had to replace in the camera, I had to replace the battery again. Um, and the battery pack that I had with the extra battery, that one battery that was on red, it was blue when I left the house, which means it's fully charged. When I got there and plugged it in, it was blue and then went to red. So it had something was drawing off of the battery. I never found out what it was. Never found out what it was. I have 2 more clips for you, and then, we can go from there, but yeah, it's been nuts. The Hotel Congress, you know, what do you think? Is there something there? Let's continue on. iPod in the car, and we'll see if we can get some. Okay, so okay, this is the first EVP session, June 26th at 10:19 p.m. in the Hotel Congress. I have a full battery. My other one died, so let's get this started. I wanted to ask you, we had talked, I had talked, I had let you know I was here and what I was here for. So I'm just wondering if you're willing to talk to me. If you are, you can speak into the little red light that will give you the ability, I'll be able to hear you. So let's start off with, what is your name? How old are you? How long have you been here? Are you stuck, or do you choose to be here? Do you like it when people come and visit you? There's some clinging in the background that is actually outside, so just in case this picks up on the recorder, it was outside. And then there's some cars going by that are really obnoxiously loud. Do you like staying here in this hotel? That was a car horn from outside. Did you move the balls or the one ball? Okay, I'm going to stop this now and see if you've answered. All right. Let's... That must have been something that I accidentally recorded and didn't realize that I had recorded it. Yeah, that's me just, I was pressing buttons. Wow, I don't know what the hell that was. That sounded like Japanese. Hear it? It's Chinese. Okay, this is the first EVP session, June 26th at 10:19 p.m. in the Hotel Congress. I have a full battery. My other one died, so let's get this started. I wanted to ask you, we had talked, I had talked, I had let you know I was here and what I was here for. So I'm just wondering if you're willing to talk to me. If you are, you can speak into the little red light. That will give you the ability, I'll be able to hear you. So, let's start off with, what is your name? Completely silent. How old are you? How long have you been here? Are you stuck, or do you choose to be here? Do you like it when people come and visit you? There's some clinging in the background that is actually outside, so just in case this picks up on the recorder, it was outside. And then there's some cars going by that are really obnoxiously loud. Do you like staying here in this hotel? That was a car horn from outside. Did you move the balls? Or the one ball? Okay, I'm going to stop this now and see if you answered. Not picking up anything. Alright. I was upset. I have another clip of EVP session, and due to time constraints, I'm just going to say there was nothing. I had zero EVP. If you hear anything, please let me know. I would be very interested to hear if you hear anything, but I don't hear not a dang thing. So I guess in closing, to say that Hotel Congress is haunted or not is still up for debate. I had a couple things happen. I did feel a lot of unease overnight, so much to where I did have a very, very hard time sleeping. And the next morning, I did do a clip about how I had like the worst night of my life. But I was up every 20 minutes or so, just trying. I don't know if it was because I was excited and couldn't wait to see if something else was going off. I thought that triangle of balls that I had, I thought one of the balls had moved a little further, but I'm not 100% sure, because I didn't see it light up, and the only evidence that I have is the video evidence, but I don't know if it was. I didn't take it from right over. So to say whether yay or nay that it's haunted or not, I have no idea. But I'll leave that up to you, super sleuths. And if you guys have a place that you want to see on here, um, shoot me a line at the pair at book-asylum.com. Shoot me a line. Let me know where you want me to go. I'm in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, so it's got to be relatively close. I am in August going to go to the Jerome Hotel, so I'm very excited for that. And once every couple of months, I'd like to set up a ghost hunt somewhere. The closer the better, but she will travel. Anyways, so thank you for joining me on the rebirth of Paranormal Proximity. I am your host, Jen Folk. If you guys have any questions, definitely get a hold of me. Most of you know where I'm at, and please click that like and subscribe button on our YouTube at the Book Asylum podcast. Definitely check us out. We have so many other different podcasts available to you. And I look forward to seeing you the next time that we have, well, it'll be Wednesday, next Wednesday. See you later.